As part of Expedia Live, we, yes us, are going to be recording an episode of Reminding You Why You Love Football live on stage before the UEFA Champions League final in Trafalgar Square on Friday, May 31st at 12:30. And you, yes, you're all invited. Come down and listen to us and some very special guests talk about London and other great football cities and have the chance to win tickets to the UEFA Champions League final held the following day at Wembley Stadium. Tickets are courtesy of Expedia Live, official supplier of the UEFA Champions League. I think they're the best European Championship team. I would love to see 2000 France against 2008 Spain. You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack, there's only one way to beat them. Get round the back, so catch me if you can. Cause I'm the England man, and what you're looking at is the master plan. We ain't no hooligans, this ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest, I know we can't go wrong.
Singing for England.
England! This is Welcome to I Am Owen, and we are reminding you why you love football. I'm your host, Owen Blackhurst, and today, this week, in the week that this podcast is released, World in Motion turns 34, which is why we're singing it. And World in Motion at 34, he's made a few bad choices. She's taken the weans off him, but he's got a full cupboard of Stonies, and he's telling the world to chat shit. Get banged. This is Monday. This is the second episode of. I should probably float this now. Actually,
I need someone to talk about this.
We've done a double record. We've done a double record today, and we often like to change what we're wearing. And I didn't have anything, and Tommy has given me a vest, and I feel really uncomfortable. But anything for content. I've got an AC Milan training vest on. And I don't think I can do this for the old record. But
That's a shame.
I think I'm.
From when is it? 2005?
05, 06.
Yeah.
Why do I know that? Fucking rasper.
He looks like a wrestler, basically.
You look, Owen.
You look like a wrestler.
You look good in it. Your hard work has paid off.
With the jeans, it's like a cross between Macho Man Randy Savage.
Big John Studd. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He was an old school wrestler.
A bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bit of Stone Cold.
What name?
Dean Ambrose for the modern heads.
Stone Cold Dean Saunders.
There we go.
Silvio the bad man Berlusconi.
Can you smell what Carlo Ancelotti's cooking?
The eyebrow.
Ragu.
What's his finisher? Well, it's a bunga bunga.
He looks sensational. Go on our YouTube channel to see how wonderful Owen looks right now. give it some Hulk.
Oh, God. My neck hurts. Okay. We are with me today, as ever.
Have you got a friend?
Anyone who wants, just anyone who's listening to this, please go onto the YouTube and have a look what Owen looks like. It's special.
It is special, and I think fair play.
It's the most wrestler I've ever looked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The hair down as well.
As I've just mentioned previously on this podcast in season 1, there was a couple of club invests I used to go.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. This feels exploitative.
Well, you put it on. You're only exploiting yourself.
Yeah, but there was peer pressure.
There was a bit.
Oh, definitely.
You all wanted it on.
And he's seen it through, you know.
Joining me today, as ever. Not as ever. Sometimes we mix it up. Sometimes we allow Assad in when he's off the naughty step and he's done his work. Joining me today are Mundar Features editor James Bird, Mundar co-founder and now currently editor-at-large Seb White, and producer Tommy Stewart. Of mostly this Paris these days, but he's been around. We're an award-winning podcast. We won the Best Sports and Leisure podcast in the Listener's Choice Awards in Pod Bibles 2023. Seems a while ago now.
Does, yeah.
But I'm sure we'll be up for a gong again.
When's the parade?
Well, we had it. Didn't we? We sat here and had it.
Yeah. It's just
at the top.
It's just like, it's just like a Villa fan saying, "Oh, we've we might have lost, but we've got to the semi-finals of this," and just a Wolves fan going, "When's the parade?"
This vest thing is really doing me in, but I should. We're 4.9 on Apple, 5-star on Spotify, and this is reminding you why you love football. I feel like right now? A little bit.
Go on.
Gennaro Gattuso.
No.
Yeah, there's a touch.
No, not anything to do with football.
Oh.
I feel a bit like
Mickey Rourke?
Michael Madsen in Kill Bill when he sat in that caravan and he's been sacked from his door job and he's essentially waiting for Uma Thurman to come and kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel now.
Who's coming to kill you?
Uma Thurman.
Nice.
Wait.
Chance would be a fine thing.
A fine thing indeed.
Okay.
Just do it, Uma.
Let's get on with the episode. Right, Seb or Tommy, I don't know who does it, don't really care.
We mix it up.
They have spun the Rolodex of history, and there's bloody all sorts going on in the next week. First say, before I was wearing this vest, I was wearing double denim, like a wanker. And that's because it's the anniversary.
Yeah, you look good.
It's the anniversary of Levi Strauss patenting copper riveted pants back in 1873.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, where would we be without denim?
God.
Big day for Levi, that.
Big day for Levi. Yeah, he'd been dead over 100 years. This week in 1987, there was a cock-up with the Spurs FA Cup final shirts, and only half of them had sponsors on. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made at work? Tommy.
Fucking hell.
No, but
Okay, I've got one, actually. I've got one. Mine is working on a Saturday shift in the stockroom at Urban Outfitters after a all-nighter in Ancoats. And I was full of beans for the morning meeting at 7:10 a.m. And then by 8 a.m. I fell asleep in the toilets and I was asleep in there for 2 hours and they had to bash the door down.
Oh, dear.
And I didn't keep the Christmas temp job and I was on the dole for a bit after that.
Oh, dear, Tommy.
all right,
Yeah.
all right, Bukowski. Seb,
I think I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast.
just starting a football magazine.
Left pitch.
Left a very successful, well-paid job to no.
Yeah, but that sentence you've just said there, in our first year of you coming full time, I reckon you said that sentence to everyone we met, whether they were client or person. Yeah, I've left my really well-paid and comfortable job in TV production to do this.
Yeah. But
People would be looking, going, we've been in there trying to sell ourselves, and Seb going, yeah, I mean, fucking hell. I don't get paid anything, and we could be fucked at any time.
no. It was to show loyalty and to dedication to what I thought.
But what is the biggest mistake you've ever made at work?
My dad builds tennis courts, and I once poured at least £2,000 worth of resin that they put on tennis courts to stop waterproofing into a very rich person's bush, because I got confused between that and the water one. Yeah,
Brilliant.
And it foamed up like nobody's business, and I knew I was in some serious bother and cost my dad an awful lot of money.
And you'd have been, and was your granddad there as well?
I don't think he was actually. No,
But down the pub afterwards, you'd been, we've tried him out.
Yeah.
It's just not for him.
No.
He's all Hollinghurst. He's not a white.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not bloody white.
No. Exactly that.
No coordination. Doesn't know his right from his left.
No.
And his hair will all be gone by the time he's 50.
And he's just knocked a mug
7 years to go.
James, what's the biggest mistake you've made at work?
The one I remember most is I used to work in a kitchen, and one of the dishes that we used to make was a whipped baked potato dish. It was delicious. One of the things that we put in it was something called xanthan gum, just to make it a little bit thicker. Xanthan gum looks a lot like citric acid. So just before shift, making it just for service, put in about, I don't know, fucking 50 grams, thinking it was xanthan gum. Had a taste of it afterwards. And I'd put the citric acid in.
And it had gone out.
It hadn't gone out. Service was due to start in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
When the head chef came over to try it and said, "What the fuck have you put in there?" I was like, "Oh, it's probably citric acid, isn't it, Dan?"
I've had a lot of jobs. I've probably had at least 50 jobs. Most of them before I became a journalist. But fucking hell. When I was a skip minder for the local council, it was near a pub called the Albrighton Arms. Oh, it was boring waiting for skips. And this one was a busy one, and I just couldn't be arsed doing what I was meant to do, which was to stop people putting fridges and batteries and all sorts of shit in. So I went to the pub, and you know what it's like. You know when you have a couple of pints quickly, and things change, don't they? I had egg and chips. But I was just in there talking to people, and I just sort of invented a new life for myself. I just told a complete lie about who I was and everything. I just got really into it.
Yeah.
I was so upset with my situation at the time, living at my mum's, skip minder, skinned.
Yeah.
And so I just invented a completely new life. Got carried away. Shit, realised the time came out. It was a big skip. I'd say the skip doors were 10 foot high.
Oh, bloody hell.
They might have been 8, but they were taller. They were much taller than me.
Yeah.
And there was so much shit in there I couldn't close them. And the wagon was coming, and there was just like sofa. There was so much stuff coming out, and I was trying to push them close, and I was getting people involved, and I was shit faced, and I was fucking sweating and pissed and stuff like that. We got it sorted. I did have a real go at Vodafone on Twitter, but I was logged into Puma Football's account rather than Owen Blackhurst.
My mate tweeted his support for Jeremy Corbyn from the 5 Live News account.
Oh, did he? Whoa!
Talking of that, do you remember when you did all that Yeovil invective from the Mundell account that time?
Yeah. Sack the board and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
This is a disgrace. Oh, shit.
When I was reading through this list before,
Yes.
I got Nobby Styles confused with Nobby Solano.
Okay.
So it's Nobby Styles' birthday coming up, but I thought that was Nobby Solano. Imagine a mashup of them two.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Hard as fuck, but with some culture.
And playing a trumpet.
Trumpet, yes.
Yeah.
Eating marmalade sandwiches.
He used to always be photographed with the trumpet, didn't he?
Oh, God, yeah.
It was back when footballers used to do some really daft tabloidy photo shoots, like a bit like the Canio and the Carboni when they're eating the frozen pizza, or if England were playing.
To be fair,
England were playing Norway, they'd have someone with a Viking hat on or something like that.
But Matt Ritchie recently passed his forklift, not his forklift, his truck driver's test, didn't he?
Matt
that
Ritchie?
was a nice picture. That was a nice picture.
It was a nice picture.
It was a heart back to the old
We've
school.
got a... really?
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Like Tex from Partridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
on about American things.
Andrew Martin, who used to work for us, would always used to say, I'm better than Matt Ritchie, like. No, you're not.
No. He would.
I am like. I'm better than him. No,
He
you're not.
believed it.
Yeah. No, you're not, Andrew.
100% believe
I've played with you, Andrew. You're not.
I
20 years since Roberto Baggio played his last game of professional football. Now, we've
Wow.
talked about Baggio on this podcast before.
20 years.
And a great nickname, of course, the Divine Ponytail.
Unbelievable.
So if you lot had nicknames for your personality and your haircut, what would they be? I think Tommy would be the Tearful Slaphead.
Could work for me as well. That one, but yeah.
I'm a happy chappy.
Yeah.
These days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was film titles, you'd be gone in 60 seconds. But it's not.
The tearful slaphead.
Tearful
Sad
Slaphead.
slaphead.
Yeah,
Sad
tearful Slaphead.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. I'll take it. Seb? Come on.
Slaphead.
Maybe that's as good as it gets. I couldn't think of any more. We need
What's
to
my
think.
personality? Forgetful.
Yeah.
Tearful Slaphead.
forgetful hairline.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
What's yours?
Don't know, like fucking.
Sad curtains.
That's quite
It's funny, but I'm not sad.
The tragic curtain.
Does sound like one of the poems you used to write in your.
The tragic curtain. I'm getting really hot and
Tragic curtain's
self-conscious
very
in this
good.
vest. I'll be honest. I don't know
Feel new.
I don't know what to do with my arms. I feel really exposed. Yeah, it's awful. This is weird. I've never wanted to be being filmed in a vest like this. It's horrible. What can mine be then?
Something Maine.
Maine?
Maine, yeah. He's got a lovely mane of hair.
Thick and the Furious. Thick hair.
That's crap.
Yeah. I tried though.
And that's a film title. We're saying
The Flowing Fura.
no. That's not about the hair, then, is it?
Yeah, your hair's flowing.
I did it 3 times and well, and between you can't do one.
That's why you're the host.
Thick and the Furious film title.
At least
the
I
Flowing
tried.
Fura. You've got the things the wrong way round. It needs to be a vaguely insulting adjective.
I mean, it's volume. His hair's very voluminous. Volume. Something volume.
The volume.
Voluminous, sorry.
But this still is bad. The voluminous. Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What's my tragic curtain?
Yeah. James the tragic curtain bird. We'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there.
The tiff.
We'll leave it there.
Slaphead.
It is a good one, and you're going to struggle.
True though, isn't it?
True, innit? Yeah.
James.
No.
Ignore the yellow ones. I want you to pick something off this list, football or non-football, for us to talk about quickly.
Okay, great. Let's talk about
3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about Jens Lehmann getting sent off in a Champions League final after 18 minutes, just because there is the brilliant fucking moment when a goalkeeper gets sent off and a game just gets fucking flipped on its head.
Yeah.
And what it does do, I mean, less so now when there's more players on the suspension. Some people put.
I don't think Arsenal will ever
there.
win the Champions League, and that was their chance. I don't think they ever will.
I mean, but when you have a goalkeeper sent off, there's always the chance. The chance gets so much higher of an outfield player going in goal. Only takes a little knock, takes another sending off. Doesn't take much for an outfield goalkeeper to end up in goal, and that is one of the most
It's the best thing.
magic sights in football.
John O'Shea comes to mind for me.
Carl Walker,
Oh God, he was really good, wasn't he?
fucking sensational.
Vinnie Jones against Newcastle.
If we're talking about big cock-ups in Champions League games, it's also the anniversary this week of John Terry slipping in Moscow. And the birth of the meme, I would say. My Hotmail account was full the next day of all sorts of cones and the like.
Do you know what the best bit about all that is? Is him walking up in the pissing rain, affixing the captain's armband to make sure that you could tell he was thinking about this. And don't get me wrong, he probably should have scored. You know, he's quite a good penalty taker.
16 years later, we're still singing about it.
It is honestly.
We haven't got much else.
I couldn't have. Yeah.
Could have won the cup.
One of the funniest things I've
Viva
ever seen in
Terry.
football. That.
Oh yeah.
Still funny.
I distinctly remember people laughing.
Yeah.
Out loud, yeah.
You said something before, Seb. I'm going to have to take this vest off in a minute.
Yeah. Do it after the intro.
What? Are you going to be completely nude?
No, I can't. I don't know what to do with my arms.
No.
Put my arms up like that, showing armpits to the camera.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
I feel very self-conscious.
I've never seen him like this.
No.
Like, if you watch every video, I can't sit still.
No, but I've never seen you vulnerable.
Oh.
That vulnerable.
The vulnerable, voluminous.
I'll be honest, I quite like it. You can't sit here and say, I fucking love wearing a vest on camera and expect people to like you.
You know you look good.
I don't think I've ever had one. Ever.
A vest?
Never.
Really?
Not for any... Because I've always got such spindly arms and it would look stupid. Yeah. No, I would look fucking stupid.
That's the reason.
The Og monster.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
But you said something before. You said, with this vest on, we should get other podcasters in for me to wrestle with in Spiritland.
Yes.
Who do you want me to take on, Seb? You're my hype man and manager.
Really good question.
Oh, that's a good question, that.
Joe Rogan.
He'd fucking bury me.
He'd
You've seen
bury
the
anyone.
nick he's in.
Yeah.
He's in the same... I mean, he must be taking all sorts, but he's in the same shape now as he was when he was 20. He spends about an hour a day in that fucking ice bath, the mad cunt, and only eats elk meat.
He could explode your head in a fucking...
And he's trained, isn't he?
Yeah. And make you laugh while he was doing it.
Yeah. He's trained too.
What type of match should we have in?
What type of match?
Is it straight up, or is it like Hell in a Cell or something like that?
Is it in this room?
No, it's in Spiritland.
Oh.
I say extreme rules. Extreme rules. Which means
stuff.
Yeah, and it means the weapons are at the ready. They're not even under the ring. They are there, ready to use. You're getting a chair, you're getting a
an oat
sledgehammer.
milk flat white,
yeah.
an expensive chorizo sandwich. Bang.
Yeah. £12 egg.
Yeah.
Tables, ladders and chairs. That could be fun.
All to the sound of some lovely disco.
Big Gary Neville for me.
Oh, yeah.
Or Roy Keane.
Oh, we have spoke about this before.
I'd just boot Roy Keane in his bad hip. Straight away.
Bad hip.
I would. Stick that up your bollocks, Roy.
Stick that up your bollock. I'd forgotten, yeah. Stick that up your bollock.
Wouldn't go near Righty. I reckon Righty can get down.
Do you know who I'd watch you against?
Who?
Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart in a tag team.
So, who's with me?
Who's
you
that?
look a bit like Rory Stewart.
You do look like Rory Stewart.
Oh, my God.
You do.
Oh, this is great. You're the Stewart to my Campbell.
No, is it the rest is politics?
Yeah. Whenever my mate Dan asks me if I want to go for a walk with him, I always just send him that photo of Rory Stewart in the traditional Afghan dress in the foothills.
Yes.
Like, do you want to go on a 20-minute walk?
That's very good. That is very good.
Okay, Birdo, you and me against Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart. Let's get it done for charity.
Yes. Yeah.
Then we'll make Seb take on Al Murray.
Sad dads versus centrist dads.
I'm not sad.
All right, what should we call ourselves then?
The Tragic Curtains.
Tragic curtains against the centrist.
We've all had tragic curtains.
The Tragic Curtains against the centrist dads. Hell in a Cell.
Yes, 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 yes.
Centrist dads.
Seb walking out with the centrist dads. Sorry, lads, just is what it is.
That's funny. That's funny. I can't argue that. That's funny.
Adventures in Clubland. Adventures in Clubland. You don't need to do that because there's music.
I know, but it just gets me in the right frame of mind.
Okay.
What
What am I going to do?
Change if you want.
Just take it all off. Go on.
Did you get that? This is your new training top you're wearing today.
Yeah.
Did you have to get that off the big mascot stood outside the shop? We've only got
The big Viking. Yeah.
We've only got one, sir. We've only got one, sir, and it's on the Viking.
It's fucking massive.
You'll have to fight. You have to fight him for it.
We'll have to go and get it off.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's just too much material for us to go.
It is a lot. It does.
It's so big.
I think it's triple XL.
It's so big. The Kappa logos of full-size people. I thought there was a couple having a picnic next to Birdo.
Very good. Very, very good. Oh, I know what Seb's doing.
Yeah,
there.
no. Adventure Club. Come on, let's go. Sylvain Wiltord at Arsenal.
Okay, Adventure in Clubland this week. We are talking about Sylvain Wiltord at Arsenal. And I think this is a very special period of time for a player for a number of reasons. So the first thing I want to talk about is the timing. So he signs for Arsenal in the summer of 2000. And that's just after he's been part of a completely iconic French national side that has gone and won the Euros 2 years after winning the World Cup. And in the final, if you remember, he scores the equaliser.
A better team. The Euro 2000 team.
Yes.
A better team.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've got rid of Givash, and the younger players have really come through, and people like Wiltord are in, and they still have the core that made them brilliant, but a better team. I think they're the best European Championship team. I would love to see 2000 France against 2008 Spain.
Ooh.
What a shout that is.
Boom.
What a shout that is. Yeah.
Boom. I mean, for me, as someone who was 8 when they won the World Cup, and then
how annoying you were.
really annoying, really annoying. Didn't shut up, didn't stop fucking running around. I had to have reins, didn't I? I had to have fucking
Not
reins.
at 8 though.
I mean, probably not. I'd
18,
hope,
yeah.
I'd hope they'd been binned by then, but no. For me, this is the first iconic national side in my formative years. This is the very first one, and they win 2 tournaments in a row. And I think for that they become sort of idolised elements of that team quite a lot.
They probably haven't been as dominant and brilliant a Euros team since France won it in 1984. And Platini scored 9 goals, and Tigana and Jerez and everyone played, yeah.
So he signs for Arsenal for a record fee, £13 million. So that's 2000, summer of 2000. That fee isn't broken again for 9 years when they sign Arshavin. Like that's it's a huge sum of money, and he's joining a team that is in its Arsene Wenger revolutionary stage, and they've signed Thierry Henry the season before from Monaco, and he's signed as an out-and-out striker. That's what he's initially signed for. And I think this is another jumping off point that I want to speak about this period of time for Arsenal and Sylvain Wiltord, is that I think it's another brilliant example of Wenger being a very good coach of players and realising what their strengths and best attributes are and moulding a new player out of them. So Henry was signed as a winger. He played on the wing at Juventus. When Wenger was manager of Monaco and Henry was at Monaco, he also played on the wing, played on left wing. He also played wing back, I think, for Juve. Wiltord signs as a striker, and for a lot of his time at the club over the next 4 years, he plays on the wing, really.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a very good testament to Arsene Wenger as a coach. He did that to a lot of players, including some of the best players that we've ever seen.
And then France used him that way.
Exactly. Well, he speaks about that, doesn't he? He speaks.
He does.
So in that first season, I think he scores 10 goals potentially. One of those is a first half hat-trick against West Ham.
Yes.
Which I remember watching on Match of the Day. And if you watch it back, they're brilliant finishes. They are a player being played through in a way that you don't see as often right now. through a gap in defence and running on. You don't see as many genuine one-on-ones with goalkeepers where a player has got sort of like 20 yards to run into.
Well, because there's so many teams who play with strikers coming back.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's why Haaland still stands out but City so often don't get teams who come onto them.
Yeah.
Yes. He also, the following season, and Tommy Stewart, I believe you were there for this game.
Ugh.
He scores the goal that wins the 2001-2002 Premier League for Arsenal at Old Trafford. They're wearing the fucking amazing away gold.
With Sega on it.
The Sega on it, the gold. Arsene Wenger's got the fucking elite, the peak zip-up managerial
What I remember
jacket.
from it was one of those rare games where my nan and granddad came as well. Like the whole family, there was about 7 of us went or something, and we were up in the north stand.
During that season, Fergie had called Arsenal a one-man team. He'd said that Henri made them a one-man team.
Yeah.
And I was rewatching this goal, and it's the keeper makes a save, Barton makes a save, and Wiltord left-footed into the back of the net.
What I remember about it was those when a European team scores and they have like less allocated fans or whatever, but there's different noises from European teams. The stadium goes completely silent, but you can just hear that little group. It was like that. It was people weren't moaning, people weren't groaning and going, "Oh!" It was just everyone silent, like the league's gone, Arsenal have won it, and you could just hear those Arsenal fans in the other corner going crazy.
Well, the thing is, I think Dirk Kuyt became Liverpool's Sylvain Wiltord.
This is
Arrived as a striker, played out of position, but made that position his own. They're completely different players. I'm not comparing them, but like
No.
And a lot of the Arsenal blogs would compare it, saying he was like Arsenal's Solskjaer at the time as well, as like a similar sort
But
of.
what I liked about him was there was a scrappiness about him, but he was lightning. There'd be a bobble every now and again, but whenever called, like what I remember about Wiltord is, oh fuck, he's not going to miss.
Yeah.
If he was in that position,
yeah.
Well, that's what that hat trick against West Ham looks exactly like that. But before this United game, Fergie at some point in the season called Henri a one-man team. Henri was injured for that game, and Wiltord played up front, and he scores the goal. And I think there's a really lovely dichotomy of Fergie saying that,
and also Kanu's fucking leapfrog over Wiltord standing up.
Insane.
Fucking brilliant.
One of the most ridiculous
so
things
that's
I've
another
seen.
thing about Wiltord is that he's not a tall man.
No.
I think he was 5'7", 5'8".
Good height.
Like
A lot of legends at that height.
Yeah.
Me and you. Actually, I'm 5'10", actually.
Yeah, but you slump, don't you?
I do slump, yeah.
He's 5'10", but he does slump 5'7".
I do slump. As we often do with Arsenal, I got in touch with our dear friend Tayo Papula to find out what he remembers about Sylvain Wiltord.
Hello lads, it's Tayo. Nice one for shining a light on Sylvain Wiltord. It's very much the Mondial way not to go for the obvious guy, innit? Love that. So what to say about him? I really wanted to like him because he was short. I like a short player, being on the diminutive side myself. He was bald though. So he wasn't handsome like Thierry, and he wasn't like Nigerian like Kanu, and he kind of looked like one of my uncles, even though he was only a year older than me. So that kind of made him difficult to man crush over. For 13 million, I was expecting the world, or at least to get closer to Manchester United, but it didn't end up being his role. And it's kind of odd looking back on him because he was part of a unit, all these kind of glittering stars around him who took the shine, but he was a super important part of that. And he was like a real team player. It's a common thing now, but at the time, I had to sort of adjust my view of what a forward was. As I say, we'd paid that money for him. So we all thought we were going to be getting goals, but he wasn't built as a centre forward. He was that second striker. He was that linker. He was a foil to Thierry, and he played amazingly with Freddie Ljungberg, with Pires, and obviously with Dennis Bergkamp. He scored 49 goals in 175 games for us, but more often than not, it was on the end of a brilliant team move. Like, we did this effortlessly and often during that period, and so you got used to Wiltord's muted celebration, which was like a finger point or a lot of the tongue. Easy. So as I say, it was a team full of so much glitter, and it might be doing him a bit of disservice just to call him the glue. But he was part of a machine which might not have worked as well without him. And he did get his gold moment, literally, wearing that gold away kit in United's backyard when we won the league in 2002. He stands there, Casual again in celebration and waits for a 9-foot Nigerian to leap over him. Doesn't even flinch.
Doesn't.
I enjoyed that. Short ass to short Arsenal hero. He was one of the good ones. So yeah, in conclusion, part of the Invincibles will always be thought of in a super special way at a very special time for Arsenal. And he helped it all look so easy then. And of course, we'll always have Old Trafford.
Nice.
Cheers.
No, I just love hearing fans as erudite as Tayo talk about players who've meant a lot to them, who haven't meant a lot to people outside the club. It's
Yes,
the best thing about football.
100%.
Not the best thing, but one of the things I love the most.
I think it's also
It's like when you said about Wes Brown on the previous episode.
Yeah.
And like, you know, other fans always be, fuck off him.
Yeah,
Of course you'll love him. I mentioned Dirk Kuyt there. Other fans go, fuck off Dirk Kuyt.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning.
Every Wolves player for the past 40 years.
I think it's worth mentioning as well, just very briefly, that Arsenal at that time, for me, my best friend on the estate that I grew up in, Purton, Elliot Sterling, was mixed race, and because of that, he supported Arsenal because he saw more of himself in the team that Arsene Wenger put together. So I've always had big soft spot for Arsenal because of Elliot supporting them so much. And I saw them, you know, I went to see Wolves at Highbury twice, and I was sort of enraptured by the stadium and by the fans being.
You went to Highbury?
I went twice. Yeah,
Ah,
I went twice.
Big regret of mine.
In my memory, that definitely isn't true. When you exaggerate things from your childhood in your memory, I still am convinced that I had to actually walk through somebody's lounge to get to
Yeah,
my
yeah.
stand. But Wiltord was part of that team where there were a lot of players of African heritage playing in a football team and being spoken about by Arsene Wenger and the team around him differently compared to how other managers would speak about their players of African heritage potentially. And I think there's a new book coming out called Black Arsenal, which is all about the identity of that team and how important it was at the time and how important it is now. And Wiltord was part of that group of players who Wenger brought in and sort of built this.
I'm
This
voted
identity around
33rd best ever player in Arsenal's history, which I find mad by
course.
fans. Of course.
33rd best player of all.
I was surprised. I think that's quite high.
Probably about right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Because if you say 33rd in the modern thing where everything's top fives and top tens,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound as good. But
Yeah,
Arsenal have been around for 140 years.
that's what I mean. I thought it was really high.
12 league titles or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Record number of FA Cups. So they'll have had
That's
whole
what I'm-
teams of good players.
Yeah.
But a bit of recency bias there. You know what
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's Tom Wilson.
All right, I'm Charlie Cooper. You might recognise me from BBC Show This Country, but I'm here to tell you how much I love Mundial magazine. For me, it's a fanzine of football, documenting the best of football culture forever. I'm very proud to admit I've been a long-term subscriber of Mundial for years now. But if you subscribe, you don't just get the magazine, right? You get loads of other perks, too many to mention, in fact. So join Club Mundial at mundialmag.com.
Ins and outs and ins. Shall we start with the football or the non-football?
Football.
Okay, my in is the Kappa Ibiza third shirt. You might have seen it knocking around. If you haven't, Google Kappa Ibiza third shirt. It has got Ibiza written across the front of this, and it's not quite a logo flip, but it looks. You could mistake it for the old Pasha logo.
Ooh.
White shirt, red flowers on it.
It's great.
Oh, baby. I'm having a look now.
And
Oh, yeah.
it just reminds me of being young and going to Ibiza. And I this is sort of in my mind because 3 people who I went to Ibiza with in 1998 are back there now, and I don't know why they're there because they're all closer to 50, but play on, players.
Not Bill Clinton.
Pill's not there, no. Pill's not there, but
God, I think he's too old. Yeah, he's got to be too old for that now.
no, but a couple of the others have gone to the same age.
Same, I suppose.
I think that is my favourite nickname
Yeah.
for anyone's friend that I have ever heard.
No, just the best nickname ever.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I obviously I was more your guitar man rather than the dance side of things.
Oh.
But what was Ibiza? Was it like fucking brilliant, hedonistic, daft, stupid?
Everything you can imagine.
More.
If 20 boys from the Midlands go on an 18 to 30 holiday,
Yeah. But
use the 18 to 30 holiday to just get a cheap hotel, not do any of the activities apart from the 11-a-side hotel football tournament.
Yeah.
Crash out spectacularly
Yeah.
in the semi-final.
Did you get a red card or a warning?
No, I missed the penalty that knocked us out because I went for top bins to impress a girl who was there and hit the stanchion. Enough about that. But yeah, no, it's great. So that's in.
Different times.
James.
Ball dribblers. I think that the Premier League this season has seen more people carrying the ball forward than in previous seasons.
He's big football, isn't he?
No, but I've just really...
Big Six Birdo is his name.
Yeah.
I don't know, just off the top of my head.
Anthony.
Top flight football is his game.
Someone like Leon
There's no
Bailey,
relegation.
someone like Ray
There's no
Ain't Nori for
relegation.
Wolves. I think that...
Big Six Birdo is his name.
We were going to have a whole section called Big Six Birdo when we first
we
started
were,
talking
yeah.
about the podcast.
I've just enjoyed watching a lot of ball
Go on,
carriers
say,
in the Premier League.
who? Say,
I mean, Ray Ain't Nori for Wolves specifically,
Yeah.
who every time he gets the ball, his directive is continue to run as quickly as you can with it until you're stopped.
even Doku.
Doku, he's been brought in. He is genuinely just a ball carrier. He's a brilliant dribbler in the ball. And I think there's been more of them in the Premier League this year than there has been for a long time.
You haven't talked about the best ball carrier in the Premier League, have you?
Who is it?
Luis Diaz.
Fine, there we go. Another brilliant example.
Yeah. Great
You all
point.
laughed at me.
Elise.
Oh, you're not laughing now, are you?
Elise might be the best.
Elise.
It's just you chose a left back, which I found strange. But
He's been playing left wing most this season.
I like
He's
it,
been-
James.
He's been brilliant.
No, it's a good point.
You
Okay,
all
yeah.
laughed at me.
ball dribblers in.
I thought it said balled dribblers.
I'm more exhausted by the thought process that got you to ball dribblers than I am the actual entry. Tommy.
I thought it was ball dribblers, like our mate Tommy. Yeah.
Just a nice.
Bald dribblers.
It's just a bit.
Mine is Elche CF, who I went to see recently, and there's Spanish Segunda team.
You've been to Spain?
Oh.
Should have fucking mentioned.
But honestly, when I was walking up to the stadium.
Oh, General Wanko over there. Fucking George Borwell. Come on.
George Forwell's good, and General Wanko. That's also good.
No, but when I was walking up to the stadium, because it almost looks like a mini San Siro, so I was just thinking about it as that clip from the episode that I wasn't here for, when you were talking about Transformer stadiums, and I was thinking, this would put up a good fight, but it would, as soon as you get inside, you realise how fucking old and crumbling it is. There's no fridges or anything, so all the sandwiches...
San Siro would hit it in the bread basket and it'd go down.
Yeah.
Like when me and Seb finally go toe to toe. He's big, I can't get close, but
I don't want that to happen.
one little pop in the ribs and he's gone.
All the sandwiches are like pre-made and in brown bags, just in a pile at the back. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no fridges.
But I
or
tell you
anything.
what, I bet you they're better sandwiches
They were
than
so
any of
good.
the foods you get at English games.
Way better than at Old Trafford or anything I've had recently in English games. But the atmosphere was great. It was a big game anyway, trying to get a promotion. Me and my dad loved it. Fell in love with the club a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
So I've ordered some shirts off Vinted, etc.
And you'll be going there a lot, I suppose. The Stewart family compound in Spain,
Exactly,
which
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we should.
You're angling for.
Well, I think maybe we should go and record a couple of episodes from there.
I fucking think so as well.
Get in the swimming pool.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? And live once, baby.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's it. LGFC sounds great. Oh, here we go. Fucking Seb.
No, this is funny.
Go on.
This honestly, I've been to a lot of football. I've seen an awful lot of things in football. For the first time in my life,
Tell them where you've been.
I was at Caen versus Rodez in the Ligue 2.
We sent Seb to France, and you're going to be reading about it soon if you read the magazine. But let's just say, listeners of this podcast will know we sent Tankman on tour, and I'm going to tell you something actually.
Go on.
Seb, you tell your story first.
Yeah. So I saw something I've never seen before. I saw an assistant referee warming up and not just going for a jog around the pitch. He was running up and down his line with not a flag in, but pretending to put his flag up, stopping and then sprinting and then putting his flag up and then like properly warming up like he would have been. It was one of the
Manifesting, visualising.
It was a beautiful thing to see. The man loved his job.
Took his job seriously.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, and it just I've never seen it before.
I mean, that's in. That is in.
Yeah.
But this isn't revealing too much because in the piece, Seb reveals that he had been to the Western Front 3 times on school trips. And that's it recently. And we went to the pub the other night after work, and I said, little quiz question for anyone here. How many times has Sebastian Dennis White been to the Western Front on school trips? And obviously no one else had read the piece. You weren't there. Assad doesn't bother. Sophie and Al haven't.
When you asked me the next day, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you did, yeah. But, and I said, oh, yeah, fair. And I said it was 3. And Seb went, oh, what I didn't put in the piece was it was the same trip 3 times. But not just that. No. So he went in year 10 as a 4th year, right? And then, and then the next year, he was a year older than everyone else on the trip. But the school said, do you want to go? And he went, fucking hell, yeah. And then the next year, when he was in the 6th form, he went again with the year 10s. Anyway, that's it. The same trip 3 times. It's absolutely insane. Most people go back to Torremolinos every year because they like it. Seb goes back to the Western Front.
Me and Ypres like that. Tight.
Outs. I'm going to start with my outs, and it's Mark Lawrenson, who should be always out, but the clip the other day.
Oh my God.
Of Gone Woke, the BBC, it's top of the Woke League. Now, I'm putting that out obviously because of everything I've just said, but it did spark a very funny exchange between Seb and I, and in the WhatsApp and in the office when we got in of us saying we should basically use that quote for Mundale sales tweet, saying Mundale gone woke, top of the bloody Woke League. But then we were talking about what else should be in the Woke League, and we haven't had time to do it. I quite like the idea of drawing it out or designing it up. So top BBC, 92 points. Second,
Clear.
Sourdough, 90. Aston was like, yeah. Third, Soho, 88.
What was it? I think it was when Wales had that penalty shootout in the Euros qualifying. Me and my mate Dan were watching it, and someone did a penalty with a staggered run, and Dan was like, "Oh, another one of these woke penalties."
That's very funny.
There you go, number 5, Paul Pogba's penalty.
Yeah. Staggered run.
Staggered run. Woke. It's just, honestly, the excitement, and I think the best thing I saw around that, though, to be fair, Loro was a fucking misery for years.
Falling out with Lineker, once again, top of the work.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Gone Woke.
Oh, his face.
Born work.
It's people who are scared of any form of progression.
Yeah.
Which is why decaf coffee should be in there as well.
Gone woke.
Gone woke. It's in the woke playoff.
What a league. The woke.
You're on the edge of the Champions League places. In the Woke League, Birdo.
Yeah.
You're the
in it for James Bird.
The woke league.
Yeah.
What a league.
Loro's out. You're tying yourself up in mental knots there, big.
What does it?
Scrambled egg.
Move on.
Nigel Clough. Not out because he's a brilliant manager. Nigel Clough is out because it turns out he is now older than his dad was when he retired, and has managed more games.
No, I don't believe either of those two things.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm not having it.
It's true.
I'm not having
It's true. I had to check it. Daniel Taylor from the Athletic he knows his stuff.
I just don't believe it's true.
So what you're saying now?
People getting old.
time is out.
And
Time
is a construct, making me feel
Time's a behaviour.
I remember his first season at Burton.
Time's
when he
a
was
flat
manager at
circle.
Burton.
I remember him as a player coming to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And now he's older than time, man. Oh, bloody hell.
Out. Tommy.
Oh, just the pundits just laying into goalkeepers. I think there should be a goalkeeper on each.
Played 8 times in goal again. He's the fucking shop steward for the goalkeepers union.
No, but you know what? I'm going to call out
fucking George Borwell. 1.
I'm going to call out Gary Neville here. They don't give them enough praise when they make a good save, and they say that whole thing of like, he should have saved that.
It's his job.
She should have saved that.
It's his job.
I hate that he should have saved that. It's like, no, he or she has positioned themselves to be there. It's absolute bollocks. And so you can't lay into them if they make one mistake in one game out of 5 if you're not saying that's a brilliant save or that's good positioning for all the others. I've just noticed it more and more. It's just
it's madness that you can have it's madness that you've got Mike Dean sat in the studio but not a goalkeeper.
Fuck yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree.
We should just say today that anyone who can't see this, Tommy's come back with a shirt from Spain.
€10 for a whole kit.
And it's like he's done his own badges. So he's got the Kelme as the sponsor, fine.
Yeah.
Then he's got Monte Mentals up there.
That's the fan group.
That's what he is. That's Monday Mentals. That's his self-help group. And then he's got... and the sponsor is...
Yeah, keep that quiet, though.
The sponsor is Goosum.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Which is his call to arms.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and then he's got his cougar paws. Out.
Thank you.
What even was it?
Well, just not. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god, here we go. Fucking hell. Ken Loach, what's yours better?
I don't know.
Ken Loach.
Oh, but no. Fuck off. No Ken Loach stuff. No, before I get to say every single fucking of my ins and outs.
You can't even remember it.
No
it's
ball
that big in your life.
Here we go. Here's the thing. It is the policing of space in this country to the extent of where you're allowed to kick a football or not. I walked down to the marshals.
By the way, no ball game signs is what he's putting in.
No ball game. Like, why are there still no ball game signs? If there's a big concrete area in the middle of some social housing and you're not allowed to play football in the middle of it, then what the fuck are you supposed to do with it? If I was to campaign as a politician, my first thing would be remove all the no ball game signs.
Oh my God.
Let people be people.
And
Let
you and Monty Panesar head to head at the
Stuart versus Panestar.
Monty thinks NATO are responsible for letting the small boats in, and you on a fucking crusade against space.
Let the people play.
I'll put it out because it wound me up when I was a kid. But do you know what I used to do?
yes, yeah.
Do you know what I used to do when in front of a no ball game sign?
Play it.
Kick
Play
against
it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
what's
no,
the
someone
point?
come out their house, they stop playing. Go on, fuck off, you've had your time. I bet you could play when you were a kid.
The oppressive
Yeah.
policing.
Well,
of-
No one had fucking
and there's
signs.
nowhere to play football anymore.
Yeah, no one had signs for you, did
Unless
they?
we can pay for it.
No one had signs for you, mate. Oh, we can move on to non-football ins and outs. Fucking hell, that was a slog. Mine are Jofra Archer and Ben Duckett, both being named in England's 2020 squad for the upcoming World Cup. Jofra, I hope he gets through the games against Pakistan.
Please.
Love him. I still remember before he had made his England debut, James Bird and I regularly sending each other videos of him doing bits in the IPL and going, he's going to be able to play for England in the year. Isn't that exciting? And then he did, and we all know what he did. And Ben Duckett, I like him. He's a fucking little weirdo.
Yeah.
Bats like a maniac.
Yeah.
Does all sorts of shit, and they, to get serious about it, they need a left-hander in the top 5 because of the matchups. But I'm just glad they're in. I'm glad there's been a bit of a shake-up, and also Tom Hartley as well. I'm quite pleased by it, and they might get panelled left, right, and centre. It's going to be an interesting World Cup.
My mate messaged me to say that Ben Duckett has the medieval face of someone who drinks mead.
He does.
He does. Oh, he does. Yeah. So they're in. Seb.
Well, obviously we've mentioned my trip to France, and I have to say I had to rely on it a lot. But the French trains, reliable, comfortable, quite often a double decker, which is always a nice surprise, isn't it?
Love a double decker.
Yeah, and the Wi-Fi actually works. Who knew? Who knew that you could
That's
have a
most
good
places
train?
in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you go under the sea, you go under the channel. I've watched films in Netflix under the channel with no messing. Get back into England.
Yeah.
It's a good.
You can't load the BBC website.
No.
Not that I visit the Woke League, but
Very good.
Very good.
French trains are in. I've got them all over France. Love them, absolutely love them. Oh, James,
James, what is?
Yes. The Ellie and Natasha show is a brilliant, fucking surreal, weird sketch show. Have you watched it?
I've seen some
By
clips.
Ellie White, who you might recognise from various comedy things, and Natasha Dimitru, who is Jamie Dimitri's sister, who did Stathlet's Flat.
And she's in What We Do in the Shadows TV series.
And
yes.
it's a series, just a series of
good.
incredible sketches, ranging from like them two being coffee spotters who wait outside bougie coffee houses in East London, going like, "Oh, it's a flat white, oh, with normal milk, 10 points, 10 points." This is amazing.
Where can people watch this?
It's on BBC iPlayer. It came out about a year and a half ago.
Very well.
And I watched,
BBC.
I watched the first couple of episodes at the time, then forgot about it, but I rewatched it recently. The one I want to bring up is the Brothers Pomodoro, which is them dressing up as two like
Tomatoes?
public school chef boys. It's roughly based on like James Martin. All they do in the sketch is cook pomodoro. We're gonna fucking get this little red slug.
Did you
we're
feel
gonna put it in
seen?
the pan. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the sort of like new age Instagram like chef people who are like, so today we're going to create poached eggs on toast. And it's literally
Like Brooklyn Beckham.
It's literally just poached eggs on toast, but it's the best poached eggs on toast you've ever seen.
Yeah. Put some saffron on top of it.
Yeah.
In Tommy.
My in is diss tracks. So Drake has been, he's been getting a bit mouthy lately. And then Kendrick Lamar comes back he's laying into me saying, I just hate you. I just hate everything about you.
What do you think the best diss track of all time is?
I'm going to say Pusha T a few years ago on Drake.
James?
Mine is it's an 18-minute long diss track that The Game wrote in about 2006 called 100 Bars and Running. It's, I remember listening to it as a 15-year-old over and over and over again to memorise it on a computer. It's fucking amazing.
Owen?
No Vaseline by Ice Cube.
Yes.
It's the he tears down everything about NWA, all the members, their management, every single bit of it, and because he's such a brilliant rapper as well, it's such a funky track with an amazing beat. Yeah.
Seb?
The Wurzels, where be that blackbird?
What's it called?
Wurzels, where be that blackbird to?
In.
Very upset with that blackbird.
Okay. Outs.
Brilliant.
They did not respect the turf.
They did not. No, God, no.
I'm going to talk about automated tills.
There was an unexpected.
No, not them.
Oh.
You know, like when you go into. I went like.
Did he let me finish?
Go on then.
Go on.
There's an unexpected item in the bagging area.
You go into a place. I think Mackie's probably had them first, and you have to order on the thing,
Oh, mate.
and then put your order through. You can't fucking make anything how you want it. You can't speak to a human.
Yeah.
You have to go and press it, and then they keep trying to get you to put your fucking email address and a code in.
Yeah.
And I just want a fucking long black. I've got a train to.
Yes.
And
You're not allowed anymore.
And then you have to watch your order being prepared on a thing behind the thing.
Yeah.
And if you say to the admittedly nice person behind the counter when you're getting a little bit angry, do you know how long that long black's going to be? And they just go and point to the thing.
Oh.
Who would blame you if you burnt the coffee shop down? But I was not going to let James have his out because it just feels like it's something he does every week. But what are you going to moan about?
Just the price simply of like getting a coffee and a croissant in the morning.
You don't have to do it.
And no, you don't have to. But
You could bloody get yourself up, make yourself some Weetabix at home.
But I'm
Put a tie on.
That was where I was going. Thank you, Seb. James, that's a yellow card. Tommy.
Moving house. I've got to do it twice this year. Pain in the fucking ass.
Are you moving?
Yes, I am, Owen. I am. And I can't.
You found somewhere though. You're going to move in with your brother.
So, not with him. He's moving to his girlfriend's. I've got his place temporarily, renting off him. So he is going to be my landlord for a bit, which is. Which
Sure, that'll be fine.
Yeah. That's the band over.
God.
That's the best man.
Difficult settle album.
No one will fucking
I
listen
imagine
anyway. It
he's
doesn't
quite
matter.
firm on the deposits.
Fuck your lecky bills.
We'll see how that goes. But then I have had an offer accepted. I'm not going to get excited like I did last time, but I should be moving in somewhere in Wally Range in 5-6 months. But moving's I'm just dreading it. I'm just dreading it.
New beginnings though.
New beginnings.
Positivity.
New beginnings.
Wally Range, that's what Rebecca and Ava call Seb's office.
I used to live in Wally Range.
You did, yeah.
Seb, you all right?
My out. Just a bit meh about my wardrobe at the moment, and I open it up every morning, and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. I mean, you can probably tell I'm wearing a fucking French football top in it, but
It looks good though.
I just don't really. Yeah, I mean that I put too much weight on for starters, and I'm just not very happy about all my clothes.
Well, if you do what I used to do,
Yeah.
you'll just go and buy a load of new ones in a bigger size, and they won't quite fit you right, but at least you'll feel a bit better about yourself.
Yeah. Well,
And then one day you might address the root problem.
exactly, Owen. And I think that's probably what it is. I'm trying to give myself a jump start.
Yeah, being bored of your wardrobe is out. 'Cause I'm in a weird position right at the moment.
It just
I
upsets you,
can't,
doesn't it?
I can't really justify spending like I used to on clothes. It's just a bit like...
because coffee and a croissant's too much.
I don't buy croissants in public. I'm not...
In private.
Do you not eat croissants on the hoof? Apparently in Japan, it's not cool at all to be seen eating on the hoof.
Someone's been watching Race Against the World.
I know, I bloody love it. Yeah. But I didn't know that. Catch me eating a fucking Greggs every.
Well, there's
every
no
day of the
bins
week.
anywhere in Japan. Everyone takes their rubbish home. People have these little portable ashtrays and everything.
Joe Greggs every
Do
morning.
they? Sometimes. Yeah.
Pretty much. You've seen what he eats.
Sometimes every morning.
I'm a human dustbin, James.
You've seen what
I've
he
one
eats.
taste bud.
You've seen what he eats.
And then I wonder why I keep getting colds all the time and I keep shitting myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So really...
I keep shitting myself.
So really... So really...
When-
I don't really want
Sorry.
Seb to change his diet for him, but I'll be honest... Him having 3 days off every 2 weeks is beginning to become a bit of a problem.
I realise, yeah. I hold my hands up. Yes.
And another cold. Is he into cocaine?
No, I wish it was. Yeah. No, I'm well aware that. Yeah.
Just crisps, Mum.
It's too
Crisps and Wingstop.
Seb, what's it? You know when you just said and I keep shitting myself.
I said the wrong thing.
What did you mean to say?
I keep having really bad poos. Like, don't we not need to talk about that?
No.
You need to get one of them FODMAP Zoe things as well.
Oh,
to find out what you shouldn't eat.
I'm going to do one of them though.
No.
You're all right for a bit. You and Bird are all right for a bit.
Just to find out what it is with my stomach.
It's your yellow streak, innit?
What?
You're a lily livered, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
This has been reminding you why you love oblique Western references. And I've been your host, Gillian McKeith. He has been James Bird. He's been Seb White. He's been Tommy Stewart. It's been a lot discussed there, hasn't there?
Yeah.
What time is it?
I don't know.
It wasn't even that long.
It's like Vegas, this studio, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Go outside
Yeah.
the bright.
Without the crushing losses,
Yeah.
advances of strippers.
Walk out there now and it's Boxing Day.
This has been reminding you why I love football. I'm Owen Blackhurst. He's James Bird. He's Seb White. He's Tommy Stewart. We've been at Spiritland. It's been fun as ever. Buy the magazine. Rate and share this. Keep it pumping. Come and join our Discord if you're a subscriber. If you're not and you want to be in the Discord, subscribe. It really is that easy. We won't be letting you in otherwise, and it's real fun in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's class.
Bye.
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 This has been reminding you why you love football. I've been your host, Owen Blackhurst. He's been James Bird. He's been Seb White. And he's been Tommy Stewart. Put Friday 31st May at 12:30 in your calendar and come down for Expedia Live to watch us and some special guests on the big stage with UEFA Champions League in Trafalgar Square. And have a chance to win tickets to the UEFA Champions League final held the following day at Wembley Stadium. Tickets are courtesy of Expedia Live, official supplier of the UEFA Champions League.